Well, it's another Saturday, so it is another playbook review coming at you. And for the first time, dipping our little toes into the world of the Veer and Shoot with the Duke Blue Devils. Now, what makes this playbook so good, in my opinion, is not only do we have a lot of fun Veer and Shoot concepts in this offense, we actually have some really good, just more standard gun bunch strong offset, some good trips, some gun doubles in there too. So if you're just trying to learn the Veer and Shoot, trying to get comfortable with it, this is a fantastic playbook because you have those other options. So you can go into a game and try out your Veer and Shoot stuff you want to practice with, and then if it's not working but you still want to win the game, you can go to some gun bunch strong offset. And I'm going to take this time to mention that I think Duke is potentially the most underrated tier 3 team in this entire game. And I don't mean by overall, I mean you just never see people running games online with the Duke Blue Devils. This team is insane. So we're going to start just by going over the team very quickly before we hop into the offensive playbook. So tier 3 Duke, 86 overall, 89 offense, 88 defense. The reigning ACC champions, take that, Miami. This team is absolutely loaded. We'll go take a quick look at the depth chart before we hop into practice mode here. But yeah, top to bottom, this team's fantastic. I love the looks of this Duke squad. Start at quarterback. Speaking of Miami, I guess they ended up getting the last laugh on this one, as Darian Mensah will be transferring to the Hurricanes, apparently having to pay Duke some sort of settlement fee. Who knows how much it's going to end up costing him. He better come through for those Hurricanes, because this is going to be the most expensive quarterback in college football when you account for them having to essentially buy out his contract with Duke. What are we talking about? What has college football become? We're video game. Let's just keep our focus on college football 26 before I'll be here for 20 minutes. So Darian Mensah is going to be your quarterback for Duke for this game. Platinum sleight of hand, resistance, step up on time, 91 overall, 83 speed. It is very nice to have a little bit of speed at your quarterback position in this Veer and Shoot offense. Being able to scramble, make some plays with the legs is going to help a ton. With this playbook. Halfback wise, you could keep Nate Shepard up here. I probably would. 88 overall, 90 speed, no abilities. You do have an elusive bruiser here with armbar and head first, but only 86 speed. You do have a 91 speed Jacquez Moore. All of that, I think I would still have Nate Shepard, but a very, very good halfback one, no matter what choice you want to make here. Then the Duke wide receiver room is loaded. Look at these guys. 88 overall, 91 speed on Cooper. 82 overall, 91 speed on Brown with silver sidestep. 80 overall, 92 speed on Hagens with bronze shifty. 94 speed and bronze cutter on Anthony. 92 speed on Jaden Moore. 92 speed on Chase Tyler with a bronze shifty. We got abilities all over this wide receiver room. We got speed all over this wide receiver room. This Duke offense is very, very good. And at tight end, we've got a 6'5", 79 overall, 85 speed Landon King. Down here, we got a balanced, sure hands, 50-50, 6'5", 84 speed. I think that's worth substituting and losing one speed just to get those abilities on your tight end. In the skill positions, it's insane. It's so good. It is so good. Where they are hurting is offensive line, specifically on the left side here. Really not much until we get to our center, our left tackle and left guard. And we do have a right-handed quarterback, so typically we are going to be running more towards the left side. So, I mean, you could just switch all these guys around, put Pickett at left guard, put Parker at left tackle to get those abilities in those spots, but I think we're fine just kind of leaving it as is. And that's just the offense. We're only going to look at the offensive side when we get to practice mode, but this Duke defense is almost just as good. I'm telling you, this team is freaking loaded. At left edge, we're going to have Vincent Anthony Jr., pocket disruptor, duress, takedown. At right edge, Wesley Williams, quick jump, pocket disruptor, duress. Defensive tackle, nothing, but those edges, very, very good. And we actually have linebackers we can use as sub linebackers. We don't have to bring safeties down, which is going to help us against the run. We've got 88 speed, Jaden Francois, 5'10", 195, so pretty small for a linebacker, but 88 speed, workhorse, and robber. You got an 87 speed, William Felder Jr., 6', 195. We've also got hiding down here, Memorable Factor, one of the best names in all of college football. He's got bronze robber. He's 86 speed, 5'11", 220 pounds. We've got, I think there's one more. Yeah, there's a gold house call here at 6'5", 225. So 88 speed does hurt. Or 81 speed, I don't remember if that's what I said, but if you want to start a dynasty with Duke, build up this Bradley Gompers. Like, how is this so? Who was the linebacker? There was one of these. Yeah, so memorable factor from London. Is there a more London name than Bradley Gompers? How is he not the guy from London? But the linebacking core, insane. We've got those two edges. Then we get to the secondary. Chandler Rivers, 91 overall, 92 speed, platinum knockout, platinum bouncer, which I don't really care for, but gold ball hawk, having that knockout ball hawk combo. Very, very good. 92 speed, silver robber on Kamari Robinson. I think that's it for abilities, but again, the speed from top to bottom at your cornerback room, you could run 4 corners with this team and be totally fine. It's not something you can say for very many tier 3 squads. Then we get to the safeties. Caleb Weaver with gold blow up, 89 speed, 5'11". Then the strong safety, 92 overall, 89 speed, 6'1". A platinum ball hawk, a gold knockout. So do we have 2? Okay, so he's gold ball hawk, platinum knockout. He's platinum ball hawk, gold knockout with robber, with house call, while being 6'1". More people need to use this gosh dang Duke team. This top to bottom, absolutely stacked. I forgot how good and how much I liked Duke. I knew I had him written down for a reason as a team to go back to, but when I was looking over the depth chart, I was blown away, absolutely blown away. So that's why you should run with Duke. That team is unbelievable. Now we can just go ahead and hop into some practice mode. We can talk a little bit about this actual offensive playbook. We'll just keep it against Wake Forest, keep it on standard All-American difficulty. What kind of uniforms does Duke have here? Ooh, I like those black ones with the cursive on top. Let's see if we got anything else good. They must have like a blackout. I mean, kind of. The matte black helmet with the shiny blue on top, not bad. Not bad. Or you do have the straight up blackout. Okay, we'll just keep those regular and let's just hop into practice mode. I'm going to go over kind of the basics of how I like to run the Veer and Shoot. It's might not be for everybody, but how I like to do it, and why I think Duke having these other options in the playbook is so good, because I do like to audible and hot route around in a Veer and Shoot offense quite a bit. So we'll really quickly just go over all the different wide sets we have here with the Duke Blue Devils. Wide wing offset, normal Y off, doubles Y off stack, doubles Y off weak, slot left, slot right, Y off trips. Then you get some regular formations in here. We have some more wide coming. Don't you worry about it. Wide double flex is going to be the main one we're going to focus on. Wide trips halfback weak, another very good one, and then some wide 5 wide all the way here at the end. So we're going to go back to wide double flex weak, which is very similar to a wide or a wide offset. Let's see, does this use 4 wide receivers? It does, because one of those, I think it's wide offset, uses your tight end. So you have 3 receivers and a tight end in there. But essentially all we're doing, we keep this very, very simple. We're just coming out in inside zone pretty much every single play. This is going to be what we come out in. And then what the defense looks like is going to determine what we're going to do. So I want to see, what are our audibles? They're fine. We'll go ahead and stick with that. So we're going to come out in an inside zone. We'll just put them in a random defense. They got 5 in the box. This ball is just going to more. This is just going to be a run play. Anytime we got numbers, anytime we got 5 in the box, we're just going to take that as a run. Terrible run stick on that, but it is what it is. So now when they come out in something like double mug, now we got 6 in the box. We theoretically could still keep this as a run, because it's going to untarget that guy on the right. That's why that flame is above his head. As long as we can hold our blocks up front and take this run out to the left, we should have some room to run. The other thing we can do is just audible around and look for where the weak spots in this defense are. So they are in nickel double mug. We have that slot corner over on the right, so that means over on the left it's just a backed up corner and a way backed up safety. So we could audible to something like slants middle and either just snap throw this to Y or wait for X to get open on his slant. Or at least that's going to be the plan. The main thing we're looking at is going to be those middle linebackers. If they're coming in and blitzing, that means it is mid blitz, and we should be able to just snap throw this one to Y. If they drop back, we should be able to throw this to Y almost no matter what. We're really trying to look at that outside corner too and where he is going. So they are coming in, so we can just take that to Y over in that flat, because nobody was going out there. That end tried to drop into a zone there, but then having that slant coming back above them kind of put them into a little bit of a pickle. So we got a similar kind of thing going on here. We don't have a great audible for this as it is. So again, this would be a lot of hot routes, a lot of things you might not be able to do when you're on the road in a dynasty or a road to the college football playoff game. I don't love running the Veer and Shoot and those kind of things, but what I would probably do here is throw like a slot fade and a little hitch over here or something like that. We're going to keep that drag on Anthony. But again, we've got, I mean, because we should be able to just snap, throw this to Y right away. None of the linebackers should get over there in time. That safety's not going to come down in time. In theory. In practice, well, this is practice, but in an actual game, things might not work out quite like that. But again, we see where that space is. That's where we are trying to focus. And if they do somehow manage to take both of those away, that should open up the underneath for Anthony coming over on that drag. The main thing we're seeing, there's that extra defender is over on the right, so we are attacking on the left. And with 6 in the box, we don't want to run this ball. We only have 5 blockers in there. So we would just do something like this, and then we can snap, throw that one to Y. You could do a slot fade. You could do a streak there too. Really, the slot fade is going to be better for potentially trying to hit something over the top of him there. So now again, we're back to 5 in the box. I still don't love this look because of where that safety is at. So you could go something like slants middle, and then now what we're looking at is our right side linebacker. If he's coming in on a blitz, we can just snap throw this one to our halfback. If not, we're gonna have to look over the middle of the field. He's coming in, we can just throw that to our halfback. He's able to get one and get out, get a good block from our outside receiver. So it's a lot of audibles, it's a lot of hot routes, it's a lot of determining, okay, where is the defense here? So that guy just came flying down there. We can go back to double posts. Oh, now, oh, you coward. Oh, here he comes again. So now we can go back to this. And just looking at where the weak spot on the defense appears to be, we should be able to throw this one to Anthony right over his noggin. Beautiful. Nice and easy. So just look for where the space on the defense is. It takes practice. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but that's just the basic idea of how I like to do a veer and shoot. If you're going to give us the chance to run the ball, we are going to take it. If not, we're going to look for where the green grass is. Throw to the grass, as our guy Subtonic always says when he talks about his air raid. Veer and shoot, not all that different than an air raid in some aspects. In some aspects, it's very different because we want to run the ball in this. Air raid, you don't. But it's still just taking advantage of numbers and going to where the grass is, essentially. Much easier said than done. So elsewhere in this Duke playbook, so the wide doubles flex, I set those audibles. I think they're fine. But the one thing we don't have, which I would like, is some sort of verticals. You could obviously hot route and make your own verticals. That's just a great play call if they have any sort of single high safety. But inside zone, which I like inside zone better if you have a faster halfback, like 90 speed plus, I think inside zone is better. Halfback base is good if you have a slower, maybe an elusive bruiser in that backfield. So essentially, this is going to be the formation I would base my offense out of. It would be this wide double flex weak. Let's just go back to the beginning of the playbook and we will just quickly go through all the different wide formations. The main thing to remember on a lot of these is like wide normal, Y off, wide wing offset. It's changing the math. It's changing the numbers because now we have a tight end helping block. So now if they have 5 in the box, it's of course still going to be a run. Now though, if we have 6 in the box, it can still potentially be a run. Something like the inside zone split here, which I actually really like the looks of this run because that tight end is actually going to try to catch that left side. So now we have 6 in the box, but we should still be able to run this because we have 6 people blocking. Of course, you can go left trigger, right on the right stick, see how that blocking lines up. Looks like they're going to double team that defensive tackle and then try to get second level. That number 15 is going to try to get over and get our left side defensive end. And the main thing to remember when we're running the ball here too is don't just hold on to right trigger as soon as your halfback touches it. You do want to give them time to be able to set those blocks because once you hit right trigger, it really they block shed like crazy. So give it a second before you actually hit right trigger. So we're going to actually see how this one works. I've never really actually called this play, but we really just need to make sure 15 has time to hopefully get across and just nobody picked up number 24. Okay, good work, boys. But yeah, so I really just want to see how this number 15, so he's going to come across and that's just a run right up the gut there. Not bad, not bad. You definitely have to wait a second for that 15 to actually be able to get over there, but he actually does a pretty good job, and that run definitely takes you a little more to the right. But I really like the looks of that run. And what to me is going to make a good veer and shoot formation is as long as we have decent enough audibles to go with it. So if we're coming out in an inside zone and they overload, The box, do we have good things we can try to punch back with? Things like that RPO could be very good if they're playing like we saw that double mug when we were in wide doubles flex week, where that safety was backed up 12 yards or something. Sneak a little RPO in there. PA mills wouldn't be bad. You might want to throw a drag or something on your tight end. But things like Y shallow cross, Y cross, things where we're attacking different areas of the field. That's why I like something like double slants. We have kind of a quick hitter underneath type pass play, and then mix that in with maybe some of these RPOs, but things like PA mills, more of an intermediate threat, and then something like either all go or Y cross, things where you can kind of push the ball down the field a little bit. We're coming out with a run. They overcommit to it. We find where that open spot is. We can have one of those 3 different pass plays. You could even do 4. I like to keep one of the runs as an audible just in case we do want to come out in something different, like a PA cross or something, for example, or one of these RPOs, and then we can still go back to the run if we like the look of it. But I like the looks of this wide normal Y off a lot here in Duke. Then we have wide doubles Y off stack. Now I don't know, something about these stack formations I just don't like. Like a lot of the Veer and Shoot playbooks are going to have like double stack. I've never been a fan of that. I don't really like the looks of this one all that much. I mean, it is nice because, you know, your guy's not going to get pressed. He's not going to get jammed on the line because he's hiding behind your other wide receiver. But I just never really liked the pass plays coming out of the stack formations. Wide doubles a Y off week. We got some more good RPOs in here. Let's actually just keep going up. Something like slot slant or just regular slants. Good if we're noticing them coming out, and maybe some press man coverage. Anything we want to try to take a more underneath approach on. PA read, anything with those built-in whip routes, I'm always going to be a fan of those. But outside of those two, I don't know, maybe those two and the RPO read Y flat, which I always like these RPO read Y flats when they're going opposite like this, where a tight end is starting on the left and then going to that right flat. I just think that works so much better because when you're actually in a trips and the tight end is going to that same side flat, to me that's just a little bit easier to defend versus him actually going across the line like that. So that's wide doubles Y off week. We have wide slot left and wide slot right. I know these are very good for running the ball, but it's another one I haven't really messed with these a whole heck of a lot. As long as you got a good speed on your tight end, something like this PA wheel looks pretty interesting though. Anything where we're sneaking him out of the backfield and trying to attack vertically with him, I really like the looks of. And we have those deep posts over on the left that are hopefully going to be pushing some of the different zones back and leave a soft spot for Taylor. Oh, we can just throw that to Taylor right away. So if they're not staying down on Taylor, we can throw that to him quick. And then if they are just playing drop zone, as long as we have time, I feel like Taylor should get open on this against a ton of different zone coverages. I'm just waiting to see. I mean, he definitely did. Can we throw this, Mensa? No, not quite. We definitely had a window we could have thrown that to Taylor. And because we have those deeper routes kind of coming over on the left, let's see if I can actually get on Taylor here. There we go. So we could have thrown it to him quick here again. Then once he gets past these intermediate defenders, I mean, he's pretty dang wide open right here because this deep zone is still worried about this deep post. And then that opens up a nice pocket. You could throw that to your wheel route as long as you got a good fast enough tight end, especially one if he's got 50-50 and sure hands like this Duke tight end does. You could throw that one pretty easily. But both these wide slot formations are ones I need to mess with more. I know there's a lot of potential in them. It's just I haven't really explored them a whole heck of a lot yet. I think between the runs, throw in a few random play actions, you got a speed option in here, you got some good RPOs in here, and you have chances to burn them deep like we saw on that tight end wheel route. So I like the looks of those wide slot formations, just things we have to mess with a little bit more. Now we have another stack here with wide Y off trip stack, and that return route on an RB in Y cross just looks crazy because they're already starting like on the boundary. Like that is the weirdest looking little return route. I don't understand. Like he just has no room to run on that. So that one I don't fully get. I'm sure there's some reason for it that I'm just not privy to, but I think that just looks kind of insane. But other than that, I mean, levels is a solid pass play. Again, we're just looking for other pass options out of here that we could work off of some runs with. So it's a lot of just RPOs, it looks like. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the stack formations. Then we have, so we already went over our wide double flex week. Wide trips halfback week, I think looks like an awesome formation because we have, of course, our inside zone. That'll just kind of be our standard play that we're coming out in. The big concern with any sort of trips is going to be the slot corner. Even if they have 5 in the box, because we have 3 receivers on the one side, it's still going to be us running into an extra defender sometimes. But we also have a halfback direct we can throw in here. We have red zone dusty, we have an all go, we have scissors, we have trips cross, which I think is a really good looking play. So if we come out in this formation in a trips, I want to see if we can actually get an example of it here. Well, they actually just have 6 in the box here, single high safety, 3 to that side. Could just be man. So something like this, we'd go trips cross, and again we see no real help over on the right, so we could send Shepard to the flat, and as long as our right side guy who's standing up there on the line of scrimmage is coming after the quarterback, we should be able to just throw this to Shepard. It's not going to be a huge gain, but at least it would get us out, keep moving the ball downfield. Other than that, I overall like the looks of this play, especially if this is actually going to be man, but we will see. So he comes after us. Yeah, see, that was just great against man. We had the halfback, we had the whip route, we have the crosser. Oh my goodness, Higgins. I'm telling you, this Duke team is loaded, absolutely loaded. So this would be the same kind of thing, but this is more of what I was talking about. So we have 5 in the box there, but the defender who's mainly responsible for Brown, that linebacker, is definitely still in play if we run this inside zone. So if we look at our blocking here, we're going to have to try to wait for that double team to get over there and pick up that linebacker. So we'd have to be really patient on this run. So we would take it and just run and just run and just kind of wait. And then we hit right trigger once that gap opens up. Kind of have to let our linemen have a chance to be able to get up there. So then something like this, I mean, we can call whatever we want here. This is not, doesn't look like good defense to me. And then we send Brown just kind of up the middle here. We should be able to hit this in a little pocket. Even if our left side guy who's standing up is dropping back into zone, Brown should be able to get over the top of that. And if not, we should have Higgins kind of coming across the middle, but we can just snap, throw, pass that inside. Easy money to Mr. Brown. It's going to be the same exact ideas in all the veer and shoot, no matter what formation you're coming out in. Look at the defense, look at where the soft spots are. So again, they're rotating around here. He's going to rotate back. I don't know what they're doing, but they got too many guys in the box for us to want to run this. We have no help defense over on the left. We should be able to just snap, throw this one to Brown with the pass lead inside. Catch, easy 20 something yards. It's just that simple. It really is. Just look at where the defense is and adjust accordingly. But I would really just be living pretty much between these two formations and our wide, what was it over here, wide normal Y off. I think between those 3 formations you can build a very, very good veer and shoot offense here with Duke, and we have wide 5 wide with a quarterback like Mensa is a huge problem. What drives me so nuts about going against USF in our campus tour series is everybody just uses wide 5 wide, and that quarterback is a freak of nature. So is Darian Mensa. We can take off and run with them, even if we're calling any of these pass plays, or we have a QB blast. If they don't have the numbers in the box, it's very similar. If you got 5 in there, we should be able to run a QB blast. Also very good against double mug for some reason. So if we go QB blast, let's put them in double mug mid blitz and see how we can do. Because really, this does well, because we see there's one untargeted defender over on the right, but if we snap this and these guys all hold these blocks, there's nobody over the middle of the field to help bring down Mensa. So just snap it and look at the big boys up front do their work. I'm telling you, QB blast against double mug, really, really good play. Find our little cut in there, and that's about the worst it's going to go, is us taking 5 yards on that. It's really good. So mix in a little bit of the wide 5 wide, some of the wide trips, some of the wide double flex weeks, and we've got a nasty veer and shoot scheme with a team like Duke. Because again, this team is freaking loaded. Now, if we get into a game, maybe we're on the road, we can't do our audibles and hot routes, maybe somebody's actually bagging our veer and shoot here a little bit. Don't you worry about a thing, little darling, because Duke's got plenty of options for you here as well. Like my favorite formation in the entire game, for example, gun bunch strong offset, and we have actually a hidden little play in here with that speed option going to the weak side. Not one I've really seen in any other gun bunch strong offset, but we have that RPO alert screen, which is one of the best RPOs in the entire game. We've got corner strike, fantastic against any sort of man defense. That little sharp corner B is on, always going to get open. Almost always going to get open against man. We got flood, we got dagger, we got inside zone, and we have a crack toss, which is really good against double mug as well. So we have all the good pass plays. The only run we're missing in here is duo, but we kind of substitute that for a speed option at the weak side. I will take that trade-off. I love gun bunch strong offset. Main reason why I like this versus a lot of other bunches is we can block our tight end in this bunch, which I know you can't in some others. So if they're really sending heat, really sending pressure at you, you can just block a tight end and still put your halfback out on a route if you would like to. We also have bunch strong wide. Well, I don't love the super detached bunches like these bunch strong wide or bunch trio open. I know that clear out FL in is a good bomb play, but I don't know. I always struggle with these. It's kind of like with the stack wide receivers. It's just a thing I kind of struggle with, but we have bunch strong offset, so that doesn't even really matter. We also have some doubles offset. I love me some gun doubles. We don't have the best pass options out of here, like shark halfback wheel, but we do have X dagger. You got your basic runs, read option, inside zone. You got a few different jets in here, some different choice routes, which I still don't trust choice routes for the life of me. And these three plays that if you do like those stack formations, they kind of hide a couple here in doubles offset with stack RPO, a stack play action cross, and another stack RPO. But then FL spot, fade smash, PA go dig post. So some good standard pass plays here in their doubles offset. You got some tight Y off weak, which is a formation I've actually really come around on and started liking a lot. That slot cross play, very, very good. Shallow cross, smash Y pivot, anything with a built-in zig or a built-in whip or a built-in return, like a wide receiver under. We have our tight end on a built-in return route. We have that slant coming from X, a deep corner over on Y, and out route on B. Very, very good. I think we had another one. Oh yeah, smash Y pivot, which is very similar, except X is actually on an out route instead of a slant that time. But tight Y off weak, really becoming a favorite formation of mine. Between you got the good runs with inside zone, power O, and those different pass options. You got some trips in this formation here too. We don't have a duo in gun bunch strong offset, but we do in Y off trips. You got some more RPOs in here. You got that read Y flat. Again, I just feel like it's a little easier to defend out of this formation when it's just going to the flat the halfback is on, but that might just be a me thing. I can live with that. I understand that. I'm just not the biggest Y off trips guy either. But then we have some gun trio. Now this looks like a really nice formation. You got a good RPO in here, tight end in, slot fade with your halfback going on a wheel route out of the backfield. I just love the plays where we don't even really have to hot route anything, like tight end in, slot fade. The verticals out of these formations are incredibly good because of that kind of in route your halfback is on. We have all three receivers on the left pushing everybody back, pushing everybody downfield, and then your halfback just kind of sneaks into the void there, finds a lot of open space. Really good against any drop zone, really against anything. You're almost always going to have something on this verticals. Most of the time it is going to be that halfback. PA slot corner, very good against cover zero, tight end corner routes, just any corner routes, posts, any of those sharp breaking routes, all going to be very, very good against man. Curl flat, same kind of concept there. So the trio looks very good. Bunch strong offset looks really good. The doubles offset looks fine. Tight Y off weak looks good. So you could run an entire game with this Duke offense and not even use any of the Veer and Shoot, and I think you'd be totally fine on offense. You have some spread formations with some mesh, some Z shallow, some shallow cross, some good like air raid. It is kind of a mix of a Veer and Shoot and an air raid offense, which ties back to what I said earlier, where they're different, but they have the same kind of philosophy. Either way, we're just trying to spread that defense out, trying to find where the weakness is and attacking it, both with the air raid, both with the Veer and Shoot. It makes sense for them to kind of combine together in this Duke playbook. And then just in their regular sped, you got another shallow cross, some more runs in here. A lot of orbit motion, which I'm not, again, another thing I'm not the biggest fan of. I think their spread Y slot's a lot better than just their regular gun spread. Then we also have some trips Y slot weak. This will be the last formation for us to look at here in their shotgun, at least. Deep flood, Y cross, curls. Again, a lot of air raid concepts, shock and Hank. Anytime they're just called something like Hank, that's that's an air raid thing, or if it's got numbers in the front of it. So that is the Duke shotgun offense. We do have a couple things here in pistol, mainly Y off trips. Wing slot, I mean, the RPO could be all right out of here. The stretch could be good, especially with this Duke offensive line. If we're running that stretch to the right, we kind of like the looks of that. Then we do have some Y off trips with PA scissors, stick, a PA slot sleeve, rollout flood, dash flood. So some decent pass options in the pistol, but I'm a shotgun guy, so I would be staying in the Duke shotgun. You could either run a Veer and Shoot 100% offense if you want. You could 100% run a non-veer and shoot offense all in the Duke playbook, or you could mix them up and really keep the defense guessing. The world is truly your oyster with this Duke offensive playbook and this Duke depth chart. Seriously, if you haven't tried Duke yet, this team is phenomenal. I think I heard that some of the developers of this game went to Duke, and that's why like in dynasties and stuff, they always get really, really good because they added a little secret magic to those Duke Blue Devils. But yeah, this team is stacked. I think this playbook is super fun. Highly recommend you give it a shot, even if you've never tried the Veer and Shoot. Like I said in the intro, you can use this playbook, use this team, and come out in some of these Veer and Shoot ideas, try them out a little bit, and then you still have trio, bunch strong offset. You still have tight Y off weak to go to if you're struggling with the Veer and Shoot aspect of it. So highly recommend everybody out there give it a shot. I do hope you guys enjoyed this little playbook review. We will be back next time with, I honestly don't know. We'll figure something out. I'll see you guys then. Until then, take it easy.